crumbs. Hey, don't you go making a fool of me. Don't make no mistake loving you. But if you're running around on me, let me spell it out for you. ITGAS. If I'm not the one you're missing, the one you wanna call when you're feeling low, I'm not the only one you're kissing, and I don't care, I don't care. The one you're looking for in the crowd, the one that calls your mind when it gets too loud. If I'm not the one you want around.
Welcome to the Makeup Table on Planet Flipside.
Hi.
I forgot I was muted.
Oh, good. I'm like, what did I do now?
No, it's because I was talking to the kid, so I muted myself just in case we came on before I was done. But he's
Boy.
good. He's all good now.
Vicky! You're back in the Discord. Good. I logged into TikTok today.
Oh yeah?
And I had a whole bunch of people live requesting me to be in their lives. So I went back and did a few more things, and I went back and I went to the first one that asked.
Uh-huh.
If you want to come up. You know how it's done. Anyways, Vicky popped in. I told her she needed to get her ass back over here.
Oh yeah.
Get your ass back over here. I'm sorry about not putting it right away in the Discord.
No, it's okay. It's just my iPad don't let me click on it any other way. Like if I do, it doesn't take me where I need to go.
Oh, I understand. I understand completely. I have multiple devices.
And I don't have WhatsApp on my iPad either, so it's on my phone. So, I don't know. Because I tried to send the link to myself and click on it that way through my iPad. But when I do that, it won't let me. It won't me to sign up and all the weird shit that I'll have to do when I go to the Discord.
Stuff.
Yeah, it makes no sense, but I'm like, whatever. Like when I click on the link to the Discord, it brings me right here. But if I click on it through any other way, it won't take me here. I don't know. Makes no sense.
Hey, stuff happens.
It honestly makes no sense.
It's just finicky.
Yeah.
I'm having issues with my eyes, so I'm trying to figure out what I want to do.
What's wrong with your eyes?
I'm just focusing. It's been hard today to focus. A little fuzzy and not focused, but I've been doing a lot of computer stuff the last few days, so
yeah, that's why.
Yeah. So anyways, I was in other people's lives today on TikTok.
I barely went to TikTok today, so I wouldn't have seen. I waited long enough to make a video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I looked at everybody's comments. I replied back. And then my cousin's daughter, which my cousin more like my brother, she was sending me a whole bunch of TikToks. So I was like, does your mom never hear of TikTok? Because she's the same age as my kid.
Mm-hmm.
But my kid's like 6 months older now. So she's not 10 yet. She's only 9.
Mm-hmm.
Like, does your mama know you have a TikTok?
Well, one of my best friends, her daughter was like 10, and
Yeah.
she sent me, and she followed me,
Yeah.
and I blocked her and called my friend. And she's like, no, it's okay. It's my account. And I'm like, okay. So
Well, no, it's her name, so I know she's a phone. So I need to ask my cousin if they know. Because it's weird.
yeah, I don't play around. And TikTok has been talking about going 18 and up for years now.
Yeah, they need to.
Like he kept saying they were gonna, but they never did.
True.
True.
Because I have my little kid and she has to talk, but I'm like, oh, you better not post anything.
When we first started this channel, I get a call at 2:00 in the morning.
I remember.
From Doll.
Oh God.
Sweetheart, what? Where's your youngest? Sleeping? No, he's not sleeping. He was posting videos of mostly his feet. Cause he was talking like he was sitting down and talking to somebody, and he just had the camera pointed at his feet mostly. And so I had to delete I think it was 4 videos.
At least it was just his mothers and nothing else.
I'm like, no.
Oh, shit's ball.
This is a new one. I like it though. It's cute.
It's
a new one. I like it though. It's cute.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. It's not necessarily new. I've had this for 8 or 9 months now where it's just kissy face.
Well, for me it's new.
Yeah. I will not be redoing my makeup, but I'll come hang out with you guys while I work on
I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. I don't know.
You should be a porn star.
It's okay, because
I am a porn star.
I never redo my makeup either. I just help you.
She sits here now.
Unless I do a creative look.
Mm-hmm.
What was that last week?
I think so.
We're working on a scrapbook.
Yeah.
Because I need to clear off storage off my phone, and what better way to do it than to make a scrapbook?
Yeah.
I just find more free storage on the cloud. Move it all over.
Look, I'm
terrible.
Pay for the cloud because wow. But I also like having printed photos of me. Dude, do you want to see a tiny human picture of me?
I do.
Tiny human?
Yeah.
Do you remember me telling you that I was a redhead as a child, and you had such a hard time genuinely believing that I was a vibrant
No, and
redhead?
it wasn't me who didn't believe you. I believe you because you have red in your hair. That wasn't me. Oh, look at you. Aren't you adorable? Look, I was little once.
I know. It's crazy.
No, I have terabytes of memory on my different terabytes and terabytes of memory all over the house. So saving stuff isn't really a problem.
Let's see.
But I do have a lot of Google Cloud storage that I don't have to pay for.
Or this photo of me here. I have to block out my cousin in it because he's also in it. But
Aww.
Yeah.
That's a classic photo. That's very
That's
cute.
me and my cousin. All of these pictures are actually me and my cousin.
It's me and my cousin.
This one.
I ordered 2 new palettes. I'm getting another one of my color one that I like, my favorite palette. And then I'm getting a palette and some brushes from TikTok.
Oh, gross.
because I wanted to try these pretzels, these Pop Daddy pretzels everybody keeps talking about.
Yeah.
And I got an extra discount, and I looked at hubby and I'm like, this is how much they are. This is how much you get. I think it's a good deal. Should I get them? He's like, yeah. And then it was like, well, if you spend $5 more or $10 more, you don't have to pay for shipping. And shipping was like $20. So I'm like, okay, I will buy $5 to $10 worth of stuff. So
yeah, because it's still cheaper in the long run.
Say that again?
It's still cheaper in the long run to buy more stuff since shipping is free. That's how I see it.
Terrible.
So what does the palette look like?
It looks very similar to the Color Fusion one that I like, except it has more. They're not really shimmers as much as glitters, but they're not. I don't know. They have the popping colors.
I got new palettes too.
Did you? I don't have any new palettes yet.
I have.
It's been a while.
They're in the suitcase, but I should bring them out later. And show you guys them.
That would be cool. Hi, Grinder. How you doing today?
Hey, Grinder. How you doing today? On a picture, okay?
Whoa.
More photos.
Wow.
A lot.
It's a lot of pictures.
Usually. I have a whole bunch of pictures on my phone too, but I have a lot of memory on my storage on my phone too.
Have a lot of baby pictures of Mason, and I always tell myself I should put them just in case I lose them.
I used to take a picture of my kids every morning before they went to school.
So I have a lot.
All three of my kids.
Have a lot of pictures of the kid, but as he got older, he won't let me take them as much.
Yeah, my oldest is really hard because he never stops stimming.
Yeah. I got some of me and him though the other day. I made him. I was like, come to
I can catch them when they're like at Christmas or birthdays or stuff where they're intently doing something, which doesn't happen, but really special occasions. So then I can usually get a few pics of them.
I got some of me and him the other day. He had idle clothes. So I was like, whatever.
My mom's absolutely neurotic about it. She's like, you got me in the picture. I said, yeah, because you never stood for pictures when you were younger. That is not my fault. I'm having pictures of you. So if you die before I do, I have pictures of you.
So
get over it.
So I do not have a lot of pictures of my mom. My mom did not like photos.
I have very few pictures of my great-grandmother because my grandmother, not my great-grandmother, my grandmother, because she literally would cut her head out of pictures.
So, yeah. So, like, the photos, I have a lot more photos of her sick than I do of her not sick. Because of celebrations people did while I was sick, because of, like, last birthday, last holidays. Which those are not the pictures I want to be displayed.
Yeah.
Because you could tell she's sick. I think one, you could tell she's sick in them.
Right.
And so I'm like, such, because I have very few of her.
That one.
It's cute.
Yeah, I used to have an ancestor, what we called the ancestral wall. And I had pictures from his side of the family, my side of the family, and then people we consider family.
Yeah.
And I can't have them up now because my oldest takes them off and throws them because he likes the noise. Not because he's mad, because he actually likes the noise.
So I'm happy mine don't do that because I have pictures hanging on the walls.
I cried.
Yeah, I would cry too. But then,
he didn't start doing that until he was older, like 15.
Yeah. We have a couple more years for that.
Well, and yours has more communication. I
Yeah.
think mine, part of his is he doesn't have
Yeah, exactly.
communication almost at all. He's been doing pretty good with the buttons, though. He just really likes to push the mommy and daddy buttons. Like he sounds like doing scratching at a DJ.
AAC?
Daddy.
Does he have an AAC device?
He doesn't like them. We tried a whole bunch of different ones, and the only ones they have here that what my insurance will cover are the ones that go across the big wheelchairs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And they're like bigger. They're as big as a coffee table.
Yeah, they're big.
Absolutely huge, and it's ridiculous. So I did buy one for a tablet,
Mm-hmm.
but he's too distracted by the tablet to actually
So
use it.
before Mason was mobile, he had one on a tablet. But like I said, because he had that and because he was signing, he was refusing to use the words he did have, so they took it away from him to make him speak.
Yeah.
And Mason didn't speak full sentences until he was 7.
I
And
used to use
vocabulary in the masculine, but I think it was going to be.
My girl has echolalia, which drives me absolutely insane. And
Hey,
I
I
have
have
to tell
that.
myself over and over again, this is the way she stims. She's
Yep.
stimming, and I just
Hey.
need to not pay attention to it. Unless she actually says mommy or a sentence that I actually recognize.
Yep.
Like sometimes she'll want me to sing a song, and that I know that's what she's asking me to do.
I also have echolalia,
I know you do.
both in the form of autism and Tourette's.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that exciting? I know you do, because you used to have it a lot when you were younger.
I hate
Rescued a lot.
my husband would do that. Like, I'll tell him something and he'll repeat what I said. I'm like, why are you repeating me?
So
Why are you repeating me?
I have really bad echolalia, but I also have really bad palilalia. So I repeat what I say or like sounds that I make, and it doesn't work well when you also have Tourette syndrome. Hey,
I swear my oldest has that with the sounds that he makes.
Yeah.
I can't say that.
palilalia.
Palilalia. That is a crazy word to try and say.
Palilalia.
But because he doesn't have communication skills, they can't diagnose him.
I honestly think my husband's autistic, high functioning.
From a few of the stories you've told me, I would not doubt it.
But he refuses to get tested. He don't want the label. But because my son's autism is genetic, we know it came from him. But I think he's high functioning himself.
Well, hubby is.
Yeah.
He went and got diagnosed. No, did not any good for us. Nothing. We did all that testing for absolutely nothing. They will not help us in any way, shape, or form.
So my husband don't want labels because he didn't like the labels growing up. That's why he didn't want Mason to be tested, because he didn't want Mason to be labeled as slow or whatever. And I'm like, this is not in the 80s or the 90s. It's somebody.
That's what I had to say to myself in the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay, this isn't when you were growing up. This isn't like your cousins.
So
with
me, I was the only disabled student. I knew that it was mainstream. Because my disability is physical and not mental.
Right.
So I didn't need life skills. So when they tried to put me in life skills, my parents fought it. They're like, teach yourself for that. So
People don't believe me when I say that I'm autistic.
Well,
because a lot of people think they know what autism is and they don't.
Exactly, because my family fights me that makes it not autistic. What Mickey has seen Mason.
I am so grateful that my mother and I worked with autistic kids and other disabilities at the Easter Seals Foundation. We did adult daycare. I shouldn't call them kids; they were adults. So we knew what it was, but that was when nobody else did. This was before the big everyone has autism thing, or Asperger's, which I can't stand that word. But my mom came to me and said, "I think you need to read through this test, and don't get upset." Of course, I did the test, and he's autistic, and I got upset.
Yeah.
It's just interesting how, and I think that the reason why people don't believe me when I say that I'm autistic is because I do have communication skills. But like, what a lot of people don't necessarily realize is that, one, I speak in a very monotone voice. Like, I have to purposely put tone in my voice. But also, I don't understand the social cues. Like, I can have a conversation with someone, but my social cues, as Vixie knows, are not very
My
great. I don't
youngest
understand a
has
lot of cues.
that's his big thing too.
Yeah, my son doesn't understand social skills. It's he doesn't understand the going line of anything. It's black and white to him.
Oh yeah, I live in a very black and white world. Like, it's
Yeah,
either wrong or it's not wrong.
That's how he is. He doesn't understand the going line of anything. But he had the
Mine doesn't know how to read a room at all.
No,
at all. I don't think he ever will. Also, my youngest.
Sorry.
Kris and I are both. My youngest info dumps. That's like his love language.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and most people could care less.
So
Couldn't care less.
See, the youngest and my son are pretty much identical on their views.
I think our boys are very similar, I think.
Yep.
Vixie's very familiar with my info dumping.
My son, the info dump.
I think I'm the one who pointed it out. I love you, honey, but you just said that twice.
Listen, it's crazy to think that I didn't have a diagnosis until recently, because the signs were all fucking there.
I know. I don't diagnose people, though, because I do not have a degree.
Yeah. So I know I repeat myself a lot, but that's due to short-term memory.
Right.
Because of the dynamics, sometimes I forget, like I said something or I do something, so I repeat steps.
Oh, that makes sense.
I repeat what I've already said because I don't remember doing it or saying it.
I had short-term memory loss in high school. I started drinking Diet Coke, and I didn't know I was allergic to aspartame, and it really did give me short-term memory loss. That sucked. That sucked a lot. People would be like, "You just said," and I'm like, "No, I didn't."
So my
grades went from A's and B's to C's and D's in like a matter of weeks. It was terrible.
So mine's not too bad, but I do know it happens. If you pay attention to me, it happens a lot.
Oh, yeah. It's okay.
I think it's interesting, like, having grown up in Alaska in a not so opportune way.
An ableist society, I think, is what
Not
you're
only
trying
that,
to say.
but my family is, my family.
Yeah, I know. We've had discussions about it.
Yeah, so, like, growing up without any resources, like, it was very interesting growing up. Especially because in Alaska, autism is not necessarily a good thing to have, because people, like, it's, like, even just, like, on my way back home from my appointment, we were talking about, me and the Uber driver were talking about autism, and I had mentioned, like, oh yeah, I have autism. And he was like, no, you don't. And I was like, yeah, I do. I'm technically considered a level 2 autistic needing support.
So
yeah, my two oldest are 3s, and my youngest is a 2, and my husband's a 1.
So
yeah, I'm like right in the middle of a 2 and a 1.
Me and my brother got into a bigger fight about my son not be autistic. And I told him, you're not around enough to know. Like,
My
and
stepfather adores my youngest, and he sometimes is like, I don't think, and I'm like,
see,
I
my
love you,
dad,
but you're wrong.
was on the fence for a minute ago. You know,
Fuck off.
you could tell by the cues that he has issues, but he won't say autism.
Yeah.
But
Well, and the more you learn
my
about it as
yeah,
a parent, you're like, you see some of the stuff you do.
yeah,
Mhm.
Like, and other people too. Like, everyone stims. I don't
yeah,
care.
I feel that.
I don't care who you are, you stim. Whether you know
Mhm.
you stim or not
Yep.
is a whole nother book of worms. But you stim. If you curl your hair around your finger,
Yep.
that's a stim. If you chew on your pen, that's a stim. If you play with chords with your fingers, that's a stim.
Mhm.
But a lot of these are socially acceptable because
Yep.
everybody does them. The
Yep.
shaking leg, a lot of women do that.
Yep.
Shake leg thing.
Oh, I can't do that. I don't know if it's because of the
I was just gonna say,
mold, but
I don't think you're built that way.
but I do tap my foot.
Do you tap your? I rock and
I
sway. Those
Oh.
are both self-comforting.
When I'm extremely, like when I'm very overstimulated, you see me also doing it out, and I stim all the time. I know you know
Oh,
this.
I do too.
I'm constantly moving because I'm trying to like control the stim, but there's something always in my head.
My new keychain, I bought it specifically for stimming because these are rubber. These balls are rubber, and I can
Yeah.
like stress ball them. I can stretch them because they're an elastic. It's got this little furry ball on it I can play with.
But that's why you always see me pick up my phone and stuff, because it's something to do with my hand instead of stimming. And it's not, I'm not even messing with it out this.
Oh, and if you go back to when we first started doing the shows, Mel yells at me all the time about clicking a pen.
Oh, I got problems.
I had to take them all off my desk because I didn't even realize I was doing it.
I wasn't allowed to have clicky pens because I click. But now I press my lips together a lot, and that's a spam of mine.
I don't even know what all
and
stims I
pick.
have.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a terrible picker.
I know that
when
I
get anxious,
stim.
I have scars all in here.
I chew on the inside of my lip, and when I'm stimming really bad, I chew right here on this part of my hand.
Fuck off. I know that I stim. I just don't know what all stims that I have.
I know I have a few that I probably don't know.
I just learned as I got older.
Yeah.
I think
yeah,
the thing that I
young.
have a hard
She's
time with
I've known her since she was like 15.
Yeah.
Now you're 21?
Yeah.
Is that right?
I think, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was
So
like 201. I was like doing math.
I'm 20 years older than she is.
I have like sometimes I have a hard time telling what's a stim and what's a tick.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
But like I know that I definitely like when I get excited or frustrated, I stim a lot. As Vixie saw on the live earlier, as she called me out very rudely.
She got all excited. I'm like, you're getting excited, honey. It's okay. Take a minute. You gotta breathe. That's the only thing I worry about. You gotta breathe.
I do forget to breathe sometimes.
I know. I've seen it.
And then I pass out.
Grinder, thank you for sharing your break time with us. You're such a sweetie.
But no, like I know that I stim. I just don't always recognize that what the action that I'm doing is stimming. Like, and I don't know. Like I know I have a lot of stereotypical autism stims, but I also don't have a lot of stereotypical ones. Like I rock.
You don't
I've always
flap,
been
but
a rocker.
you jazz hand. You don't do the flappy. You do like this, the jazz hand.
I
One.
do. I'm just like
Yeah,
this.
that's one. Like my one kid, he does the flappy where he like fans himself.
This is another one I do.
I do that. I do this.
That's what this is for. For me
I have
to.
to be careful because I have long nails. I'll get my.
I've cut my palms
Yeah.
before.
And I have to. Sorry, the kid was calling me.
That's okay.
He was FaceTiming me because he wanted something. You know you could come. But
I ordered quesadillas from the restaurant down the street because I was hungry and everybody else ate and I was running late. So I got a soda for my youngest and he's like, Dr. Pepper. And I said, no, they don't have Dr. Pepper. You can have this, and this. He goes, okay, I'll take cherry Coke. And
so
I said, okay. He says, when is that coming tomorrow? I'm like, try in the next 15 minutes.
So
I'm hungry.
I made homemade refried beans.
I love homemade fried beans.
And then Spanish rice.
Oh.
Breads. And then I make this
Chris
meat.
needs to come over my house and be my cook so I don't have to cook anymore.
So
I'm really good at it. I just hate doing it.
This meat is ground meat. I use turkey. And you it with onion and fresh garlic. And then you add tomatoes, tomato paste, and peas and corn. And I haven't made that in such a long time. And I'm already
See, I make it completely not.
So,
the way I make it is not technically Spanish fries. But we call it Spanish fries.
So I made the meat with the peas and corn and onion and garlic and everything.
I had that in my serving.
And then
I swear my family's allergic to vegetables.
Well, okay, so
they just won't eat them.
So we always have a vegetable skeleton meat. Especially because my husband's diabetic and Mason's pre-diabetic.
Oh, yeah.
So I have learned to cook a diabetic meal. And even when I serve the boys rice, they only get so much. Because they don't need all that stuff.
Rice was really hard for me to cut back on.
So that's the hardest thing is rice and tortillas for my husband. But I
so understand.
So I got him the corn tortillas and you eat those.
I do corn tortillas a lot.
But they have to be homemade. Like we still bought one too early. And I was like, I'm like, I'm not making tortillas. Fuck you.
I buy the corn ones and I make quesadillas out of them. They make the best quesadillas.
So I know how to make them, but am I going to?
It's a pain in the ass.
Especially with one hand.
I was just gonna say, do you have a press? Because you'd have to have a press.
No, see, I don't. When I roll it out,
No. Tell him you need a press because you could probably do it with. It probably wouldn't be that bad with a press.
So I'm not doing that crazy. So
tell him he can make his own.
So I buy these corn tortillas where like they're basically pressed for you, but you still gotta cook them. Which I'll do that. I'll fry.
That's not a problem. But today, around 11 o'clock today, I looked at hubby and I go, You go get me a sandwich.
Yeah.
And he said, no. And I said, Sub, give me a sandwich. And he said, okay. I said, we gotta do that as an audio for TikTok. We're just messing around. That's us playing. When we just play around. I'm like, we gotta do that as an audio for TikTok. And then there's a song we made up that we have to do too. That we made up today.
I wonder if my husband's passed out yet. That's a good question. I have to go look. No, he's still in the factory. He's in the middle of the factory, so he's not even close to being passed out yet. I can see his exact location. It's funny. I always text him, tell him, get out of the corner. You've been in the corner for a while. He hides in the corner at work. I'm like, get out of the corner. What are you doing?
Get out of the corner.
He's like, I'm doing my job. I go, you're in the corner. You ain't doing nothing but sitting in the corner.
My kid, my youngest kid, is in this phase where he wants to hide in my room because he doesn't want to be around his brother and sister
Yeah.
because they're annoying. This has nothing to do with disabilities, people.
It's
This is
different.
teenage crap.
Yeah. So do they all have their own bedroom? Or do
No.
they have a room?
They have 2 bedrooms, and but Liam, the youngest, has the option to sleep in the living room.
Okay.
I always gave him that option. And so he always has. He never moved in with his brother or anything.
Okay.
And then I was thinking about taking the bigger bedroom and splitting it too. The bedrooms in this house are huge. But there's only 3 of them, you know. But so I was thinking about splitting one, and he was like, no, I don't want to do that. I said, okay, and you know, my living room is like 2 bedrooms worth of floor space. So I said, if I put a bed in the corner and buy you one of those tents that go over the bed, the privacy tents they use like at college and stuff, would you sleep in it? Because I had done like a bunk bed and a couple other things, and I never slept in them. I'm like, if you're not going to sleep in them, I'm not keeping them in my living room.
Yeah.
But he's like, yeah. And I let him pick out the tent he wanted, you know, and stuff like that. So, and he has been using it.
So for like a year, I couldn't get Mace to sleep in his room. He wanted to sleep on the couch.
Yeah.
But I slowly started making him go back to his room because he said he was scared of his room. It's because of the whole conversation of seeing stuff that we had the other day.
Yeah.
And so I finally blacked out his window and all that where he can't see out of it.
Yeah.
And I told him he could sleep with the door closed. So now I got him back in his room. So that's helped.
I bought these it's called stained glass for stickers, but it's not colored. It's like shimmery, rainbowish, crystal-y color thing. I still have to put them up because every time I go to put them up, something happens and I can't.
Oh, I want that for the kitchen. Because there's a kitchen window right above my sink. But, like, I could see the school. But I know the school could see inside my house. Like, I don't like that.
Well, I have huge windows in my front room.
Yeah.
And they just built a really big house next door that's really close to us. And I'm like, and my older 2 sometimes don't want to wear clothes.
Yeah.
And they're technically adults now. So
I don't like to wear clothes, they make me.
Like, I'm going to get in trouble if you guys keep running it. We actually had windows that you can't see in from the outside. Put in my daughter's front because she's right in front of the house. Her bedroom's right in front of the house. And I'm like, I can't deal with this anymore. I used glass chalk and I painted these big, like, Lisa Frank forests with stuff on them. And it was crazy.
But I don't know, I just covered his window with I basically got tint. Like you would give for like a coal.
Mm-hmm.
I just tinted his window.
And she pulls down curtains. That's the other thing.
Oh, see, he does it.
She pulls them right out by the screws.
Oh, see, I'm lucky he don't. Because there he has tinted windows and he has blackout curtains.
So I'm screwed. You know? That's why I got the sticker thingies. But I still have to put them up.
I'm happy to do that. That was frustrating. I get you frustration.
Yeah.
I'll be out with the hell, kid. My inner child should be getting home if I keep with people. Because I told her to be home by 6:30.
Oh, and my neighbor's girl is autistic. She's a year younger than my youngest, I think. Or maybe the same age. They're not in all the same classes, but they're both autistic.
The Mason dates.
Yeah.
She's
But
nearly
she
2
has
years
the
younger.
biggest crush on him. Is she 2 years younger? Okay. She has the biggest crush on him. It is so cute. And he's like, I love you because you're my friend, but I have a girlfriend. I'm like, who's your girlfriend? Her name is Bella. She goes to school with me. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
So, my son had a crush on the neighbor.
Yeah.
The little girl he prefers was 2 3, but she had a crush on him too. So.
Well, she asked, the girl next door asked if he could go for a walk with her on Thursday. And I'm like, well, we'll talk about it. So I talked to their mom because we talk every day. And she says, oh, yeah, they go down to the stop sign and back. And all the moms, like all the kids in the neighborhood do it. And all the moms stand outside on the sidewalk and watch.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, oh, okay. Because you cannot leave your kid in Florida by themselves.
So
we have the most Amber Alerts in the country.
So my oldest wants to go to the park all the time.
Wants to what?
I go down the street to the park.
Oh, okay.
We have a park like 3 blocks away from here.
Right.
But I told her she cannot go without an adult. And she that way you don't trust me. And I'm like, you're 14. Why do you need to be with the boy at the park by yourself?
Yeah. Absolutely no.
Exactly. And I was like, no, they don't trust you. It's just that I was 14. You know?
See, I had no interest in any of that when I was a kid. Like, I really didn't until I was like 18.
I got with my husband when I was 14.
Yeah.
So.
But like I was going to say, but a lot of my friends were around 14, 13, 14, 15.
But I wasn't doing what 14-year-olds do nowadays. Like the 14 relationships at my age is a whole lot different than 14-year-old relationships now.
Plus,
we didn't have cell phones.
Yeah.
We didn't have internet. Internet did not come out till I was like 18.
Yeah.
So, you know.
World Wide Web, anyway.
Yeah, worldwide. But, like, we didn't have that. Like, we had computers in school, but it was in the library.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it is now. And there was no such thing as social media.
Nope.
Where I was a teen. YouTube didn't come out till I was already, like, 20, 21.
I got away with so much shit in the 80s.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
and I can't believe that these kids post some of the stuff they post. I'm like, you're going to get in trouble, you idiot.
I'm just happy we did not have social media when I was a kid because I did some really stupid shit.
I did stupid shit. I just never got caught.
Exactly. Like, I never got busted.
When I was 18, either 17 or 18, I can't remember. It was either 17 or 18. My mom was like, I'm so over this, blah, 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 blah. I don't even remember what she was over. And I looked her straight in the face and said, I have never come home drunk, high, pregnant, or in a cop car. What is your problem? Seriously.
See, I couldn't say drunk or high because I came home high every day.
I'd never come home like that.
So, the good thing is my dad was a smoker too. So my dad told me when I became an adult, he goes, I never knew if it was my weed I was smelling or not. So
I love that.
So I never got busted because I love the people. I'm like, I can't walk straight to begin with. So
That was an awesome line. So how can you tell?
so nobody ever knew if I was alcohol high because I was cool. I was
You're
like,
already shaky on your feet.
yeah. I'm like, you can't tell I'm just having a bad day, you know. But
That was funny.
and that's how I got away with it because I'll be how can I do something like that? Like I'm handicapped. Like so my best friend we would climb out her window, but we would put a chair outside the window for me to step on, and her mom was all, "Are you not sneaking out?" I was all, "How can I sneak out? I can't even walk. How am I supposed to climb out of a window?"
My one friend Jay was in a wheelchair, and he had a wheelchair accessible van in high school.
Yeah.
Those things are fun when you're a teenager.
Yep. So I was the one who was like, how can I do anything with what I did?
I can't walk. Why do you think I could do this?
Yep. That was my excuse for everything. No one. Hey, it won't. Nobody questioned me. You know?
Yeah. I never got busted, but I was really careful not to get caught. I knew
never,
everyone
I
was
never
like,
got busted
"How
either,
do you
so
not get caught? I'm smarter than you." That's what I tell them. I'm smarter than you.
I never got busted, but I lived in a very different
Yeah.
environment than a lot of people, so it's not like there was a lot of attention on me to begin with,
Right.
so it was easier. And I was at home on top of that, so
Well, if it was something big, I planned it.
yeah.
You know, there was planning involved. We didn't do big stupid shit just
No.
off because we thought it might sound like a good thing at that time. It's like, hey, maybe next week.
Yeah, it was always planned. Nothing was ever spoiled the moment.
No, that's how you get caught.
I think we were small though.
We had better attention
I
spans,
think,
that's for sure.
I think after my generation, everything came away. They kind of got dumb, you know.
I was just talking to a guy on TikTok. He's talking about, being worldly and stuff. And if we knew now what we knew, if we knew in our 20s what we know now, what would we do? And I said, take over the freaking world. But I'm too old to do that now. But one of the things he said is we were talking about short attention spans.
Yeah.
Haha.
I do not have a.
I do not have a bitch.
I'm just happy that.
Hi, bestie.
Hold on, Shelby.
Hi, bestie.
And there's company.
Oh. I'm so excited it looks so good already.
That's awesome.
I'm excited. And the craziest thing about this, so the people in these two pictures are the exact same people 5 years later.
Oh, I love those.
Look. Can you see it?
That's awesome.
Like all of us when we were younger and then older.
That's cool.
It's pretty great.
Very cool.
And me and my cousin have so many pictures together because we grew up together.
Yeah, I grew up with my cousins too.
And it's very interesting to see the like over time
Mm-hmm.
how we grew. Because like I'm gonna print off more photos and put them in here, but there's more.
Well, she's home.
I heard.
Bye. I'll find this baby because she tells me she loves me and I say, okay, that's my response. And they're like, when are you gonna tell me you love me? I go, good luck with that. I don't hear nobody at level besides the kids. Like my kids, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And my husband, but like he's a sweet child. It's just, yeah. I don't know who like that to be telling our level.
Wow, your penis doesn't work.
Yes, I'm taking my hair down.
What about my penis?
It's bigger than my something.
Mine's biggest.
What was that? Paul? Say it again. Do it again.
Penis.
Penis. Peni. Erectile dysfunction.
I know you. Thing of beauty.
One more.
I don't have the whole song in my head, just that one verse. I was looking at a whole bunch of people. You know that lip they do where, first of all, they fill in the bow.
Yes.
And then
so
they extremely overline here. And then they use a brush to make it look glossy isn't the right word.
Yeah, what about
smudged.
Yeah.
And some of these people look really good, but I don't think I have the right product to make it work. You know?
What are you using?
Lipstick?
Well, what kind? Are you using liquid lipstick or
I only have regular lipsticks.
That's why.
Because this one girl looked like she was using like a gel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, well, that's kind of a fun look. It's not something I'd go out in, but I could definitely use it for cosplay.
So you more like so you talk about like what the bow is covered.
Yeah, the bow's covered. It's thin here, maybe a little here, and it's overdrawn like down to here.
Okay. And in the middle, glossy but kind of light at the same time.
And it's kind of, the best way I can describe it, it's like smudged instead of lined. It's like smudgy.
Okay, so what we do? Hold on.
So I'm thinking you have to use a brush. You have to use a brush. I don't know how else you do that. So I was sitting here looking at all these Japanese women doing it on the Instagram going,
you could also do it with a sponge.
You
You'd also be able to do that with a sponge, like one of the miniature ones.
Like the little sponges?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because all I could think of is like maybe
So
that's okay. A soft bristle brush or something.
So what we do is my niece does this. So what you do is
okay.
You're gonna outline like you normally do, but you're gonna also you're gonna use the brush to kind of feather off the line of the soften it, and then they add usually this like a light color lipstick, and then they put a gloss over it.
Okay.
That's all they do.
Well, the other thing is I actually have a bigger lip than it looks because it's all the same color as everything else.
Yeah.
But I have a really deep bow.
So they just go across it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't want to take one lipstick.
I did it once on accident.
But tomorrow I
Yeah.
will wear lipstick and I'll show you.
Okay.
If that's okay.
That's good.
Because I can do it with any color.
I can send you a picture too of the one I'm really looking at.
Show me the picture and then I will show you.
Because I took some screenshots. I'm like, I gotta figure out how to do that.
Because
it would be really good for some of the cosplays I do.
I didn't take my hair down because the bubble boys were giving me a headache. So
I put a loose braid in because I just washed mine and it won't do anything.
I'm sorry.
You know, that's what I do miss doing is cosplays. I used to do that quite a bit and I don't anymore.
I haven't done it in a while. I just started back a couple weeks ago.
I feel like I got pretty good at it for a little bit.
I did too.
Yeah.
Now I have to start kind of over.
So I don't
at least have the stuff and I don't have to buy it. But
I don't do cosplay, but I do like.
You do FX makeup though.
Yeah.
I guess that's more what I do, huh? Not necessarily cosplay, but
yeah, cosplay no, FX is part of. Some people do FX cosplays. Yeah. Cosplays is basically just turning yourself into somebody else.
And see, I do a lot of FX with the
FAM.
The only one that I ever cosplay that I ever did that I basically was playing myself as a character was Sabrina's aunt from The Tales of Sabrina the Teenage Witch, the new one. I love her.
How do you spell family?
I'm sorry?
How do you spell family?
FAMILY.
Okay, I couldn't remember if it was EY or just Y.
I used to put an A in it all the time.
So
FAMIALY. I used to do that all the time. Then hubby got on me about it. I tried to fix it and I couldn't. But then Family Game Night is pretty much, I think, why I can spell family now.
So like the other day, I did flowers on my face.
Yes. Those were good flowers.
So like I do stuff like that. Like
I've done like cosplays of like I've done Tinkerbell. I do like a lot of Moon Goddess cosplays, like makeup like that.
Cosplay, I remember when he done with Cinderella when I did that collab. But
the only ones I've done that aren't my original characters are I did Mrs. J and Harley Quinn, and I did just about everybody from Wonderland, and yeah, that's about it. I have the stuff to do Coraline. I just haven't done it yet.
So I started drawing the picture the other day and it made me think of it. I started drawing Alice, but she's holding her head.
Oh, I've seen something like that before. Those are neat.
Yeah, and then so I quit doing it because I feel like this is like overdone, so I never finished it. I don't know.
There's a punk Alice. Have you seen the punk Alice? It's like the Disney Alice, but she's all punked out with a black t-shirt on. I want that shirt so bad.
I used to have something like that. I just don't know where it is, And I know it was for you because I wore it like a dress. If I find it, I'll just send it to you.
Hey, if it was big enough. Speaking of dress, I've lost weight and I don't have a lot of clothes that fit me anymore.
Yeah.
So Bloom Chic has like stuff on sale, like an additional 80-90% off. Like everything's under $5.
I think it's a 3X men, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Would that fit you?
No. It fit my daughter, but not me. I'm still not down that far yet. Also, I'm built funny. Like I have a really nice butt.
I have a big butt, yeah.
I have boobs and a butt.
That's why, and usually you don't have both, but...
Not me. I've got nothing. I'm a small things.
You have breasts. Let me just correct this for a second.
Yeah.
Lady.
Wow.
By the way,
Okay.
I really like that shirt.
It's my gay shirt for the.
I know.
Because
I like
this
it. It's cute.
Tord came out with their gay line, and then I ordered it as soon as they came out with it online, and then it finally came like 2 days ago.
Oh,
And then I went
awesome.
and picked it up, and it has a matching boobie holder.
I saw that. You can see it out of the corner. But I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. I like that you can see it actually. That's cool.
I was
Yeah,
so
there
excited.
it goes.
It's very 80s.
And again today in the school, I had to go up there and like criticizing my clothes because now I have cut off living soaps, which were not so like they go mid-thigh, and I have a crop top on, but my total highlights and my crop top is lower than my shorts, so you can't see anything but still. Well, she wouldn't dress that way if you didn't dress that way. You know what she had on today? Oversized t-shirt and some flare leggings.
That's what I mostly wore in junior high and high school. I mostly wore flannel pajama bottoms and big t-shirts.
But I honestly know it's because she has a really big chest. And
That's what I would always get.
And so did I, because now I don't look so big, but when I was a little boy, it looked huge.
Well, when I was 9 and these fuckers came in.
So I understand why it's frustrating for her, because I had the same issues growing up.
I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
But I don't send her to school anything that's inappropriate for them to criticize what she has on.
Yeah.
One of the things that was like weird about my high school is we weren't allowed to wear pajama anything.
Oh, neither were we, but we still did.
Like we would get dress coded and sent home, and then we'd get written up. And like at my school, if you got written up, you only had 3 write-ups before you had to get ISS for a week. And if you got ISS for a week and then continued to get written up, then you would go to out school suspension for 2 weeks.
So my mom told them to leave me alone about dress code because at least I showed up that day. Because I never went to school. And because I was disabled, my mom was like, it's easier for her to go to the bathroom. Leave her alone.
Yeah.
So, but I was.
My mom I never got called on. I got pulled aside mostly by male.
Yeah.
Male figures in the school telling me they didn't think it was appropriate, blah, 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 blah. And I'd be like, are you writing me up? No. Okay. So I never did get written up for it.
So
but the other thing is my mom would come down if teachers gave me hell about my schoolwork and stuff, though.
So I had a big mouth, so I was always in trouble for talking back.
I used to get in trouble for the stupidest things. Like, literally the stupidest things.
Well, it's because I would talk back, like, I would correct them. They didn't like that I would correct them.
One time I got suspended because I
fell down and hurt my head.
One time I got suspended because I had to go to the nurse to take medication. And the teacher refused to believe, because I had to go every day at the same time to take this medication. And the the teacher refused to believe that I was actually going to the nurse, so she sent me to ISS.
They I forgot what I was saying. Doesn't matter.
Who fucking knows?
I didn't talk back because I knew from where I grew up, I knew that if I talked back, I was going to get in trouble. But I would get so upset. So I had to figure out how to explain things logically. And people wonder how I do that now. It's because I had a lot of practice in high school talking to teachers. Like, this does not make sense. You make it make sense for me, you know?
Mhm.
But when when I was tested, they wanted me to go to kindergarten early because I already could read and write. But the public school wouldn't take me early. They just wouldn't. So mom put me in a Christian school.
Yeah.
Ugh. Ugh.
That lasted less than a half a day. First of all, the teacher put scripture on the board and she quoted it wrong. So I rose my hand and I told her it was wrong. I was in so much trouble. So she said I had to go to the principal's office. Well, you got to realize too, I'm 4 years old. I still remember this. This is how traumatic it was. I was 4 years old. So I'm walking down and this guy says to me to bend over. I said, why? And he got out this paddle. I sat my butt on the floor. And he said, I'm going to call your mom. I said, good. Hurry up.
I'm happy my parents didn't allow the school to paddle me.
Nope.
Because you had to sign the waiver to allow it.
Yes. Because, through all of school, they could paddle you in my schools.
Yeah, so when I was in school, concerned school in the 80s, it was a sign, sign waiver to allow it or not allow it. And I was never allowed to be paddled. But I remember my board was getting paddled. But
well, they didn't have the waivers until I was like in 5th grade.
Yeah.
But I never really stirred up that much trouble before then. 5th grade is when I started stirring up trouble. So it's a good thing they brought those in. Because my mom was like, no, I don't hit her. You're not hitting her.
That makes sense that it was 5th grade for you since we are 10 years apart.
Oh, yeah.
That makes sense that they had them when I was in school because...
Yeah. So I was threatened a few times. And I did tell an administrator when I was in like 3rd or 4th grade that if he paddled me, I'd punch him.
Yeah, I got in trouble for that.
And he was mad.
I'm surprised.
And my mom said to him, I would have told you the same thing.
So in the school that my son goes to, our school district, they still paddle, which I'm surprised that they do. But
me too. This day and age?
Yeah, so
they do it in the village.
So I signed the waiver for both of my kids were not allowed to get corporal punishment in school.
Yeah, in this day and age where everyone gentle parents.
Yeah, I know. I find it interesting that we still do it.
That's weird.
Yeah,
it's just weird.
I think it's weird because everybody saw Crybaby nowadays. I'm like,
that is annoying. That is annoying.
I wonder if anybody even allows their child to get.
There might be some. I mean, you do live in where you live.
Yeah,
I have to say, the only bigger boys' club I think is here where I live.
So I do believe in spanking, but I don't believe in somebody else spanking my child.
Exactly. You do not have the right to touch my kid.
Exactly. Like, if I spank my child, that's fine, but you ain't gonna touch my kid.
Well, and they have to learn restraints.
Exactly.
For my kids, because sometimes they will act out physically.
See,
and I'm like, if you can do a gentle restraint, because I've been able to do them since I was in 8th grade. Yeah. If you can do a gentle restraint, there should be no marks on my children.
So I honestly think if they try to punish him in school, he would fight back.
Oh, I know mine would.
Yeah, mine would. And
I did fight back.
And then my oldest, no, she's a female. I don't believe in it. Because it's a male that does the punishment.
Mm-hmm.
So, no.
Yeah, when I was in the village, they still do that. Obviously, Alaska's a lot different than the rest of the states. Um, but they still do different types of punishments. And like growing up, I often got in trouble because I was not in school, due to family things. And
Mhm.
so, like when I was in school, they would put me in the seclusion room for like the entire day.
They tried to do that to my youngest son
Hmm.
the last semester. They had a
Yeah.
lot of hell to pay for that, let me tell you.
I spent probably a total, like for the four. So I did not go to school often due to the way I grew up. But
Mhm.
when I was in school, I was often punished for not going to school, even though none of it was my fault, obviously. I was a child.
Mhm.
Um, but I remember like two separate times I fought back when they were putting me in the seclusion. And the seclusion room was in the basement of the school where there were like rats and stuff.
No.
That's where the seclusion room was, and they locked it. Like it wasn't like a
A
you can like
classroom
open
with a
it your own.
teacher.
Yeah, no, they put you in there and there was a camera in the corner and it was padded and they locked you in there. And like two times like they forgot about
That's
me and
abuse.
like I wasn't let out to go like on the bus to go home or anything. Like they
Uh,
just straight up forgot about me. Straight, like forgot about my lunch, my breakfast, my snacks, all of it. They just forgot I was down there.
That's horrid.
still
And it
fuck.
took
Absolutely horrid.
Yeah, it took the janitor going through at the end of the day to clean everything. It was like 6 o'clock. Both times it was like 6 o'clock by the time I got let out. And then the janitor had to call whoever I was with at the time.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Absolutely terrible. Well, I have to set up family game
I
night.
was about to say, you guys said
Oh no, no family game nights.
Yes,
Oh no.
Jackbox games.
I
You have
have
to
to
work.
charge my phone so I can go to school.
Or school. That's right. You have to go to school.
Yeah.
But you'll
All
be
right.
missed. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful, and I'll see you all
Bye.
later. And now I'm going to push this button.
bye.
Thanks for watching, and a big shout out to all our creators.
Hi, baby. Are you okay? What's going on?